Okay, next we're going to have Farah Sheikh, who graduated from Hunter College with a BA in psychology and a minor in studio art. Currently, she's obtaining a certificate in medical ultrasound and planning on pursuing a master's in fine art.
I'm just trying to be careful. I don't want this to fall off. It's not really a skirt. But we got to look nice, right? Trying to make an impression here. I'm just going to read two because it so happens that usually my poems end up becoming epic poems. So I'll read two today. The first one is called The Journey Through My Soul and Back Again. The bleeding will not stop. The bleeding will not stop. I peel off layer after layer of exhausted gauze and bandage dripping, but the bleeding will not stop. I look into the wound, never being able to see the end, as if the well of Zamzam had possessed this gash itself. It flows and flows. The blood will not clot. The blood will not clot. The young virgin girl leaves the room as I scream for answers. The boy with the face like opal is distraught. Doctors with lab coats and stethoscopes and preconceived notions peer into me, peer into my wound. Confused, but still holding their pride, they place their cheap offerings at its side. The boy with the opal face plays with them until his nails are bloody and his hair falls from its roots. I kneel down next to him and whisper, "In what strange trap have we been caught?" I turn to my wound and beg it, "Heal, heal, give me a scar to take with me on my journeys, give me something in return." I shove all the flowers and fruit and godly offerings I placed before it day and night. I kick open a boarded window, hurl my body out of it. This is not all I have. This is not all I have lost. This is not where I stop. This is not where I stop. I find myself in a rainstorm, trees broken in effort to place their foreheads to the ground, flowers uprooted in their effort to kiss the sky, flooded valleys from rivers formed from puddles out of the curiosity of raindrops who could never understand why man was made partly from dirt. My wound throbbing on my belly does not for a moment let me forget what I have become. I place my hands on it, raise my eyes to the sky. My tears make love to the raindrops, creatures of two mothers who were once sisters. In the storm, my heart is dry. From my fingertips now sparks fly. Words sung from orphan children emanate from my wound. My wound, with its hands placed in mine, holds tears in the corners of its eyes. And as the rain slowly subsides, the tears solidify and form shiny pieces of skin. I walk amongst the ruin with the ghosts of the virgin girl and the opal-faced boy. I hold her ribbons and his toys in my hands. I take each step carefully with pain wrenching in my stomach and my sides. Now the graves, the lost years, the pain concerns me not. It is finally now that I reap something different, because it is something different that I have sought. The second one is called In the Tradition of Abraham, Peace and Blessings Be Upon Him. Many times I refer to God in this poem in the masculine. I call him, his. But of course, we believe that God doesn't have a gender. It's just that masculine, so in the context of language, usually encompasses the male and female. But y'all get the idea, right? So. They took me sleeping from under his watchful eye, put me into a womb, and told me I'd awake soon. I woke up sobbing and afraid. It had been months without him. I missed him so much, and still do to this day. As I walked for miles and miles on concrete tiles, my feet bled. But I kept my eyes searching for my friend, for my beloved. I looked for him in the magnificent sun, in her radiance, in her light. I looked for him in the rain, for her ability to bring darkness from light. I asked the mountains and the valleys, all who had traces of his passing. I danced with oceans, sang with breezes, just to hear stories of him existing. When they yelled and screamed at me, I sifted through my tears, searching for you to come and defend me. When I was thrown from cliffs and drowned in valleys, I struggled to find your hands to pull me out, to save me. Years went by. Lifetimes came and went like seasons. Among the changing colors of leaves, the coming and going of the passion of flowers, my trenches of tears became merely creases. I became a creature of two worlds. Inside, a part of me was light, encompassed by a vessel of sand, amidst this whirlwind of insanity that I couldn't understand. There came a heat, a flame, a fire unlike the sun, vibrating my vessel, searing its properties, trying to make me come undone. Instead, my granules fused, became rough and smooth in the same places. My limbs became firm and strong, my action swift, hastening my paces. Running from hill to hill in a body of liquid glass, my sweat ran down my brow, my heels dug deep, releasing a spring of the past. It was not rain, it was not an ocean, it was a body of water not known to man or woman. Each drop fell upon me like a weighted relief, each cell on each graft of skin crystallized, humming. And in a moment, I looked to find the light within me reflected on all sides. It was evident now. The one I was looking for was not somewhere in the distance. Neither the heavens nor the earths contained him, except for the heart of his believing servant.